Good morning. Today we are going to talk about graphing, and so we're going to watch a video about graphing first.
To fly a rocket ship, you need to be an optimist. No astronaut.
Welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, we're going to cover how to plot points on a coordinate plane. Now this video is specifically going to cover quadrant 1, and that just means we're only going to be working with positive numbers. I do have a video on plotting in all 4 quadrants, and I'll drop the link to that down in the description. But we need to get quadrant 1 down first and the basics of plotting points. Now let's take a look at our coordinate plane on the right hand side of your screen. There are a couple of very important things we need to know before we plot or graph our points. First, we need to know that the horizontal or side-to-side axis is the x-axis. So I'm going to put an x here by our horizontal or side-to-side axis. Next, we need to know that the vertical or up and down axis is our y-axis. So side-to-side x, up and down, y. Now, you'll see 6 ordered pairs or coordinates on the left-hand side of your screen. We're going to learn how to plot those on that coordinate plane. So let's hop right in to number 1. So for number 1, we have 3, 4. That's our ordered pair. And our first number, that 3, the first number is always going to be your x coordinate. And the second number, that 4, the second number is always going to be your y coordinate. So the first thing we want to do, x always comes first, which means side to side first. So 3, 4 there means go over 3, up 4. So we would go over to 3 on our x-axis, and then up 4, and where those intersect, we're going to plot our point. And I'm going to label it as well. That point is 3 over 3, up 4. So let's go to number 2 there. 6, 2. So again, that 6 is our x-coordinate, and the 2 is our y. So we would go over 6 here, and then up 2, and plot a point. 6, 2. Number 3, we have 0, 9. So our x is actually 0. We don't move over at all. So we stay put here at 0, and we go up 9. And we plot our point directly on our y-axis because, again, our x was 0, so we did not move over at all. Now, number 4 is 9, 0. That is not the same as 0, 9, because here, for number 4, our 9 is our x-coordinate. So we go over 9, and up 0. So we plot a point on our x-coordinate, or I'm sorry, our x-axis there. And we can label this one. So 9, 0. And I'm going to label the last one. This one was 0, 9. Now number 5, we have 0, 0. So we don't move over at all. Or up. So our point is going to be right here on 0, 0. And this is actually called the origin. That's where everything starts, because on all the other ordered pairs, you start there, go over, and then up. So again, 0, 0 is the origin. We didn't go anywhere. Number 6, we have 5, 7. So over 5, up 7. So we.
Okay, so I think you guys get the point. You go over to x and then up to y. So let's take a look at our work. We're on page 61 of our workbook. So on page 61, it says the letters on the coordinate grid represent the locations of the first 4 holes on a golf course. Which of the following accurately describes the location of a hole? Mark all that apply. So question number 1 says hole U is 4 units left and 4 units down from hole S. So when it says from hole S, that means you want to start at S, right? So you start at S and you're going to move 4 units left, which is going to put you off the grid. So that is obviously not going to be correct. For B, it says hole F is 1 unit right and 7 units down from hole U. So when it says from hole U, you're going to start at U because that's where it's from. So you're going to start at U, and it says F is 1 unit right. So you're going to go to the right 1 unit, down 7 units. So you're going to count down 7 to see if you end up at F. And you're going to do that for each of them. So for C, you're going to start at S, and you're going to move 2 units left, 4 units up to see if you get to T. For D, you're going to start at F, and you're going to move 3 units left and 5 units up to see if you end up at hole S. For question number 2, you want to match the location. So for the clock tower, which ordered pair is it at? Remember, when you're doing that, you go to the clock tower and you put your finger on clock tower. Then you're going to go down, you're going to move down to X, there's your X coordinate. Then you're going to move over to Y, there's your Y coordinate. So when you're writing the ordered pair, the X has to go first. So it's for the clock tower, for example, it's going to be down. So it's going to be 1, 3, because it's down to X before you go over to Y. So do that for each of them. Match them up with the correct ordered pair. These are called ordered pairs or coordinates. For question number 3, it says, what ordered pair represents the location of Lucy's house? So again, you're going to go down to X and then over to Y and put that ordered pair. What, what? Then it says Lucy's house is located at the point shown on the coordinate grid. Ainsley's house is located 2 units right and 3 units down. So you're going to start at Lucy's house, go over 2 to the right, go down 3, and see what the coordinates are for Ainsley's house. Pause that till you're ready. Pause the video till you're ready to go to number 4. Okay, question number 4. Same thing here. What is the ordered pair for each of these locations? So for example, Ferris wheel. I go to the Ferris wheel, I trace down to the X, I write 2. I trace over to the Y, I get 4. So you're going to match up Ferris wheel to 2, 4. And you're going to do that for each location. For number 5, the first thing you want to do is, what is the location of Luke's house? So you're going to go down to the X, then you're going to go over to the Y and write the ordered pair. What, what? Then it says that Kyle's house is located 4 units left and 2 units up from Luke's house. So you're going to start at Luke's house, move 4 units left, move 2 units up, and then put the ordered pair for Kyle's house. For question number 6, for A, it says from the soccer field. So you're going to start at the soccer field. You're going to put your finger where the soccer field is. You're going to move 2 units left, 4 units up to see if you end up at the slide. For B, you're going to start at the slide. So put your pencil where the slide is. You're going to move 1 unit left and 3 units down to see if you get to the baseball field. For C, it says from the baseball field. So you're going to put your finger on the baseball field. You're going to move 4 units to the right, 1 unit up to see if you end up at the jungle gym. 1 unit down. And then for D, you're starting from the baseball field. So you put your finger on baseball field. You go 3 units right and 1 unit up to see if you get to the soccer field. You always start at where it says from. That's where you start your pencil before you start going left or right. If you have any questions, make sure you email me. Okay, let's take a look at the answers and see how you did. Oops, wrong page. Okay, so when we're graphing, remember that this is called an ordered pair or a coordinate. X coordinate, Y coordinate. It's always X before Y. It's in alphabetical order. When you're graphing, you always go over to the X and then up or down on the Y. So when on question number 1, you remember you start where it says from. So from S means you're starting at S, and the answer is no. From U means you're starting at U, and the answer is yes. From S means you're starting at S, and that's a yes. And then D from F, and the answer is no. For question number 2, the clock is at 1, 3. The art museum is at 2, 4. The East Park is at 4, 4. The theater is at 4, 1. And the school is at 4, 5. For question number 3, Lucy's house is at 3, 5. Ainsley's house is at 5, 2. Okay, question number 4. The Ferris wheel is at 2, 4. SP is at 4, 2. Roller coaster is at 0, 4. PZ is at 1, 2. And WS is at 4, 3. Question number 5. Luke's house is at 5, 3. Kyle's house is at 1, 5. And question number 6. If you go from the soccer field, the answer is no. If you go from the slide, the answer is no. If you go from the baseball field, the answer is yes on C, and D is also yes. If you have any questions on the assignment, make sure you email me. Have a great day.